puppy biting. Let's talk about it. So first, let's talk about why puppies bite. So I just want to first start off and say that this is really natural and all puppies do it because they are exploring the world with their mouths, really similar to how toddlers do. And as puppies don't have hands, this is how they get to know textures, smells, tastes, and what things that they can eat, etc. So when puppies are teething, it's really common for them to just use their mouths for everything because this soothes the pain that comes with teething. It's also a way of our puppies communicating. So if they're really tired, or if they need the toilet, or if they're hungry, or if they want to not be handled in that moment and they just want to sleep, this is our puppy's way of saying that. But because they can't use words, we do have to interpret that as well. So while it's impossible to stop puppy biting altogether, there are ways to manage this. The first way is to let your puppy have good, natural, long-lasting chews. So these are not processed chews, so they won't give your puppy more energy. It's a really good outlet for your puppy to calm down. Chewing is a calming behaviour for dogs. It's also really good to help with teething pain and just get your dog to be occupied for a little bit. What I mean is things like pig's ears or rabbit's ears or rabbit's feet. There's a lot available on the market. Just make sure it's natural, definitely not rawhide as well. Another thing that's really important is to make sure our puppies are getting enough sleep. If our puppies are overtired, they're more likely to be really bitey, mouthing at you, and especially if you're maybe handling them or getting them to do things like go for a walk, if they're really tired, they're going to struggle with this. Another way is to make sure that your puppy's needs have been fulfilled. So what I mean by that is that they've gone to the toilet, they don't need the toilet, that they're hungry, they've eaten. If they're tired, then they've had a nap. A really, really important factor is to make sure that your puppy's got a good diet. And what I mean by that is having a low processed diet, completely raw is the best way to go because you know exactly what your puppy's getting. But if you can't do that, there are some really good quality kibbles. You can check on a website called allaboutdogfood.co.uk. The less processed that your puppy's food is, the less bad things they're getting, the less bad ingredients, less likely to be hyperactive and just get really bad side effects from them processed ingredients. So this will mean that the less hyperactive energy they have from these ingredients, the less likely they are to be mouthing. And lastly, but still really important, don't tell your puppies off when they are mouthing. They are just trying to communicate something to you, and that is not using words. That's just their way of communicating. That's their way that they know how to communicate. That's how they would tell their puppy siblings if they want something or if they want to be left alone. That's how they tell their mother that they're hungry. So they're just doing what they know, and it's up to us to maybe redirect that to a chew or get them down for a nap or take them out to the toilet and try and understand what they're asking of us. But telling them off will only make them have more energy or be more frustrated and so mouth you more, and that's quite frustrating for both you and your puppy. So try not to tell them off, try to just redirect them in the moment to something that's going to take them away from you and to stop mouthing. The more that they do puppy bite or mouth at you, the more that they'll realise that that's how they are listened to, so they'll carry on with that in the future. So if we can try and stop that in its tracks, they will find other ways of communicating with you and of you listening, and so reduce that puppy biting.